What is going on, everyone? It's Italy Jet, Liam Johnson. Man, we got a night for you. We're here. New everything around me with him. Really nothing new. It's him in a t-shirt and a headset. Nothing new.
New
Nothing new.
hat, new hat. I got
Hey,
this
new
hat
we got a
yesterday.
new hat on. That's great though. Liam,
New
how's it
hat.
going, bro?
Good man. New year, new us.
Yeah,
It's been a while. I miss you. I'm
I miss
glad
you
that I get to
too.
do this here with you tonight.
Definitely.
Huge off season. I feel like we say the same thing every year. We all
We
do.
do. We do. We do.
Every year it's a big off season though, and the New York Jets finally beat the New England Patriots. I was at a wedding watching the game as people were saying their special I do's. So, I hope Danny and Ashley forgive me for that. I did clap though. So happy for them.
That's funny.
The,
That's funny.
the bride's family is all Jet fans, so I was like, hey, you guys knew that there was a game, so I don't want to hear it. I'm gonna be watching the game. So I watched the game.
Right.
I was there and everything. But yeah, Vinny, what's going on, man? Good evening, gentlemen. Happy New Year. How about them Cowboys? Yes. Goodbye. How are them girls doing, as I'd like to say. Jets all the time. What's up, fellas? We got Matthias in the chat with some emojis. Glad everyone could join us tonight.
What's up,
Italy Jet
guys?
off season is here for the New York Jets. We got some awesome playoffs to watch, which always make me a little sad,
Yeah.
feeling like the New York Jets could have been in there. And
Elmo.
it is
Elmo.
definitely Elmo's.
Elmo's at it again.
Elmo, man.
I
You got to
love
talk
it.
to
I
your,
love
your
it.
daughter, What's up, Armand? Hi, Elmo.
Hey,
So
why
Italy
not?
Jet, what's going on, man? How you feeling about all this?
I hate it.
I do too.
But then again, I checked out like a month ago. I've
Yes.
checked out like 2 months ago. Sorry, 2 months ago. The belief died after the Dolphins game. Like it's just
Yeah.
there's just a lot of things, right? There's a lot of things. It's getting to that point where it's going to be a new norm, but I think if we do correct the things that are supposed to correct, this team could bounce back. It's crazy how you have an elite defense, right? You have an elite defense. Your special teams was good. You got to figure out how you're going to re-sign, right? Morstead and Zerline. But overall, it's getting to that point where it's not fun right now. But then this offseason comes, right? We always win the offseason. This is the Super Bowl for the
Yeah.
Jets in the offseason. So whatever, man. How about you?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. My aunt actually texted me. It's kind of funny, and she goes, "I have a
This
joke
is
for you."
hilarious. This is hilarious.
I'm like, "What's up?" So she goes, one of my coworkers asked me when the Super Bowl was, and I said I wasn't sure. And her coworker goes, "Well, you're a football fan. You should know this." And she's like, "Well, it's sometime in February." But she was like, "Keep in mind, like I'm a Jets fan. Like our Super Bowl is August." And I'm like, "Yeah, 100%." And I don't know about you, but at the end of last season, I remember you and I talking privately, and we didn't want to say it on the channel last year. We were like, "Dude,
Right.
like I don't think the Jets are gonna make it." Just
Yeah.
being a Jets fan, we know it. Obviously, you can't say that because we would have gotten ridiculed. But now, some time is healed. And I like what Aaron Rodgers said. You got to take the emotion out of it first. You got to let it heal. And I am still pretty pissed off. But the difference from last offseason to this offseason, I felt like once we got Rodgers, we had a much brighter future. It's the coaching staff I don't trust. And we said
Yeah.
this last year. Can Robert Saleh outcoach at the time we were saying Zach Taylor, Sean McDermott, Andy Reid, all the Mike Tomlin, all these prominent head coaches? I don't think he can, dude. The coaching staff is what I'm really down on, and the fact that everyone is just okay with bringing them all back. Keith Carter is getting ridiculed all over Twitter by ex-Titan players, by Jet players, by fans. How the hell do you not make a move? Any move? How is that okay? Because the Jets were out of it last year, a game before last. We had all
Yeah.
that time. This
True.
time we had a good almost month where we were out of it. If it wasn't a month, I think it was 3 weeks of meaningless football where there was no adjustments. The only thing that I could give Robert Saleh is the team does play hard for him, but his big flaw is they don't show up in big moments. Big time games, they don't show up. And the
Nope.
penalties. So I don't know about you, man, but I have a lot of questions and a lot of concerns about this coaching staff. And that's really why I'm so down on this offseason so far.
I mean, I love what Elmo said about this one. Better not start the long hike. I love that. I love that. And then I love the Armin one.
Oh,
Sorry, here,
sorry.
here. Here. Let me take over for like 1 second. Here, I like this one. The Elmo. It is your fault the Jets finished 2. I love it, but it's true though. I mean, can a 41 go into 40 to 41-year-old go into this offseason changing the Jets? Is this coaching staff really going to change this? Are they going to make the correct firings? Are they going to mandate that playoffs? Because I really do think if we don't make it to the playoffs, everyone's gone in 2025. Then we need to pick up a backup running back in the draft or backup a quarterback in the draft as well. Sorry, not running back, quarterback. I want to make that clear. Get another wide receiver, regroup this whole line. Your only consistent guys was Titman and Lakin. It's a mess. And then the trade rumors, like trade cut rumors, like on defense. It's getting to the point where you got to pick and choose. And now you're even thinking about extending, like even the safety position. I never thought I would ever say this, guys. I've been the first to admit, and I'm eating this receipt. Ashton Davis, I want him back. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I want him back. I want Tony Adams back. I want Chuck Clark back. I want Trey Dean to come into play sometime this year. It's hard to even imagine saying that, but it's necessary. Props to Ashton.
This is big here too. I deserve credit for pointing out Huff will not be on the team before anyone else did. All right, Armin, that's your receipt. I
What do you
agree,
mean?
man. I don't think
What
he's
do you
coming
mean? What
back.
does he mean? What does he mean? He's calling it?
He's saying I am the first to say this, which he's not because I've heard it, but on this channel, and we like Armin, we'll let him we'll let him have this. We'll let him
Okay,
have
sure.
this.
Sure.
All right. So Italy Jet knows it. I know it now. The chat knows it. What are your thoughts on Huff? Do you think he's coming back, Italy?
I think if we trade JFM or trade Reed, I think it's a pretty big thing. I think it could be. I think there's a good chance because they're either going to extend Reed or they're going to extend Mosley. I think they'll either trade JFM or trade Huff. But if he's asking over $20 million, I don't know, man. I can't see him coming back for that. I don't think Joe Douglas would do it. I just can't see him doing that.
Especially because of the draft of Will McDonald. I think that has a lot to do with it too. I personally like CJ Mosley and Reed. I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to lose either one of them, especially DJ Reed. I feel like he is really impactful and he has a lot to do with Sauce's success.
But
And
would
not only
you
that, dude,
but would you rather have him come back or the priority is signing Carter too? What do you think?
you can only pick one.
Yeah.
Probably Carter too at that point. I mean,
See, that's what people are saying. It's unbelievable.
Huff is yeah. Dave the Dude is saying Huff is worth 14 tops. But the thing is, excuse me, the thing is, I don't even know if he wants to come back. He said he's not taking a hometown discount and he wants
Facts.
to go to a team where he can play more. Like the rotation, a lot of people could say what they want about the rotation. Like we don't like it either, personally. At least I do. I don't know about Italy. But I do understand it where if you look on this defense, nobody's
Hey,
getting
I'm
hurt.
really sorry to interrupt you right now. I'm sorry, but speaking of Trey Dean, sorry, brother. He actually signed with the Chiefs just 2 hours ago.
Oh,
And he's eligible to play in
yeah,
the postseason as well.
really?
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you, brother. Carry on.
Gotta have the NFL Golden Boys to have a rematch. God forbid we see something different. Huh. Okay. Part-time player disappeared for weeks. I don't know if I mean yes
I
and
think it's a
no.
snap count. It's a snap count. That's what.
It definitely is, and like some players like it. See, I do like it because I like the theory behind it. I don't know how true it is, but guys healthy in the fourth quarter, ready to come out, they're energized. We have seen that from time to time. And if anything else, it proves that it does keep players healthy, which I like. You never want to see players get injured. But I can see why it pisses players off, where a lot of players going into big contract years, um, it's important for them that they're getting their snaps, they're getting their reps. And this isn't the best system for everybody, especially I first players, not really team first players that are looking for snaps. Like it has its pros and cons. It's just that's the solid system. That's the way he likes to do things, and that's not going to change. Do I think that we'd be okay without Huff? Yeah, I don't think that he's irreplaceable. I just think that we do realize and appreciate that we have a really good player on our team. So that's where I stand with it, at least. I'm not saying that, he is the end all be all. And if it's gonna be him, where we're kind of loaded at that position compared to some corners or something, like I wouldn't want to lose a corner either. So that's the way
Yeah,
I look at it.
I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Vinny says I would entertain trading DJ Reed for a second round pick. Guy won't be here in 2025. Get what you can now and fix the offense. Yes, no, I do agree with that. And like you got to find a way to get some draft picks. But I don't really want to tamper with this defense. This defense has been elite. I don't want them to take a step back either.
True.
Terrible against the run, needs to go to EAM where he is a standout 3-4. Outside linebacker. I don't like the rotation when the best players are not on the field during important downs or time during the game. Yeah, we've seen it too, where there's been some really important drives and Quentin Williams isn't on the field and JFM isn't on. I'm like, what are you doing? So that's definitely something too. I mean, it definitely has its pros and cons. So that's the way I feel about that. But getting back to fixing this offense, Aaron Rodgers can only do so much. And do I think he could hide a lot of deficiencies? Yeah, I think he can. But is he going to be football Jesus? No, I don't think so. He's not going to fix everything. So
Is he
what do you
football
think?
Jesus? Oh my gosh.
I mean, maybe he is. I don't know. We got our favorite unvaccinated quarterback coming in, stronger than ever. It's just everything that comes with Aaron Rodgers is insane. Um, how different, Italy, do you expect this offense and this team in general to look with a healthy Aaron Rodgers next year?
If we don't fix the offensive line, I really don't think it's going to be that different. I don't think if we don't fix the wide receiver position, it won't be that different either. The defense, at least that there is a lot of young players that are going to step up, and we are overloaded in a lot of positions where you can make a lot of moves to help bring in a good offensive line, wide receivers. What you kind of have with the tight end position. In the running back position, you kind of know what you have too, but you really got to fix that backup quarterback position. You got to fix the offensive line. You got to get two wide receivers at least in here. You got to go full blown, and you cannot mess around with re-signing Morstead and re-signing Zerline. You got to do that. You got to do that. I just think overall, you got to put your full on force. And what are you going to do with Key Carter? What are you going to do with Calabrese? What are you going to do with Downing? Oh, wait, I forgot. I think they're all going to be back next year. So that's another thing. And if Rodgers is back, he can overrule Hackett. I get it. But that's the thing that you got to look at is how much of Papa Rodgers is going to have on this team going forward. Can he make those routes? Can he run a little bit? Can he do the quick passes like he used to? When you have a major injury like this, there's a lot of big question marks. Can Aaron Rodgers, the headline, save the New York Jets? He's only going to be here
Yeah,
probably another 1 or 2 years. So,
yeah, yeah. He's saying 2 to 3 on McAfee, so that is interesting. I like Elmo's point here, though, and this is what I'm afraid of. Don't worry, fellas. When we win the wild card and get bounced in the divisional, Woody will give Bobby Sala and Joseph Douglas a 50. Yeah, that's the thing. They are getting major extensions, and then this is we haven't been able to do like I'm telling you right now, this team is not going to know how to handle winning. They're not.
Wait, what'd you say? Handle what?
Handle winning.
Oh, I thought you said women.
Oh, well, maybe. I don't know.
That's hilarious. I thought that's what you said. My bad. Handle winning. Got it.
Yeah, I can handle this woman. But no, it is crazy because that's true, man. They're gonna get major extensions, and I I feel like we're obligated to say Robert Saleh is a nice guy. Like, would you like to have a beer with him? Sure. Would you like him coaching your football team? Nah, not really. But Joe Douglas, I like Joe Douglas. I think he has done a lot of good for this team. But however, he screwed up in um the most important positions that you can't screw up in. Quarterback and head coach. And you failed in both of those. Those are both you could argue. I mean, I probably have a laundry list full of fireable offenses for every single one of these members on this coaching staff. And the thing is, it's not announced yet, but I mean, like, I would like Vrabel to come. Like, I would take Vrabel over Saleh in a heartbeat. I would take Harbaugh over Saleh. Just about anybody over Saleh. That's not named Bill Belichick. I swear to God, I can't do that. I cannot do. Do I respect him? No. Am I glad he's gone? Yeah. Can't do it though, man. But with this offense, and that's a lot of good questions about Aaron Rodgers. Like you said, like he's gonna overrule Hackett, so I'm not worried about that. But on the other hand, he could only do so much. You got to get, like you said, you got to get a veteran backup quarterback in here. If that's one thing that we learned from this season, that's what it is. You need more wide receivers. I'm not comfortable going into the season with Lazard and Cobb outside of Garrett Wilson. Do I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be there? Absolutely not at 10. But if he is for whatever reason, that's the only way I'm not going offensive line. I don't want to draft a quarterback. To be completely honest, if we just get some veteran backup after veteran backup just for years to come, I'm cool with that. There was some rumblings of Justin Fields coming here. I'm not opposed, but he's not really moving the needle for me. I think he'll be all right, but do you trust him in a big game time situation? I don't, at least leading up to this point, but it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a long off season,
And not only that, like we didn't even get any alignment. We got Saffold and whatever happened to that. It's one of Keith Carter's guys. So it's like, who the heck? Like what? And he was asked to be released too. And I'm like, what happened with that? And then the wide receiver. After Corey Davis went down, we were screwed. So a lot of things should have happened, but didn't. And you know what? I agree with a lot of people with this thing, and I'm on this train too, is we put all of our eggs in one basket and it didn't work out. I was afraid of. I was afraid of this. I was afraid of Rodgers getting injured. I kind of saw this coming a little bit. I didn't tell anybody, but I saw this coming to where I just didn't trust their O-line because I didn't know what they were going to be, because in the offseason, they didn't really work out together that much. There's a lot of injuries. And having Dwayne Brown on that left side, I'm like, oh my God, anything could happen with that. And of course, Rodgers gets injured because of a play that he didn't do right. He got himself injured. So how can you trust that again? And then Zach Wilson did play good. He played good in a lot of moments, but overall, you needed the experience. You need experience. This is what pisses me off about the Jets is this rebuild is taking forever. Look at the Lions and Texans. Look at the Buccaneers, what they doing with Baker Mayfield. This is doesn't take long to do a rebuild.
Yeah.
We've been rebuilding for over a decade, I feel like now. So
we have.
I hate seeing teams being so successful. And then same old Jets afterwards. You can easily say that about the same old Lions, but they prove that they can go to the next moment.
I'm so happy for the Lions, dude. I really am. And like you said, like that's the thing. Elmo makes me laugh. Like I try to get pissed off for the show, and then like Elmo just comes and cracks me up. But yeah, it's like the Lions have been like the laughing stock forever. And I love Dan Campbell. I think the players love Dan Campbell. And they're doing things the right way. Like it's showing that there's no 10-year rebuild, dude. It doesn't
Yeah.
happen anymore. Look
all
at the
about the quarterback.
Bengals a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Look until they got Joe Burrow. 2 years later, they went to the Super Bowl. Now, granted, they haven't been the same. Burrow's injured, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But there's progress. It's like, what's the Jets? Like, how do you? And not only that, what is the selling point for the Jets? Because this is something that I didn't really notice at the time, but everyone's saying like, oh, everyone's gonna want to come play for Rodgers. Nobody really came besides his own buddies. OBJ
Yeah.
didn't come.
Yeah.
Orlando Brown didn't come. Just a couple other guys didn't come. And
did you see about OBJ though? He was on that podcast.
yes, this is what I wanted to get onto next. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you don't have a good
that's a huge
quarterback,
indictment.
if you don't have a good quarterback and you don't develop him, and with good offensive line with weapons, it's not going to come through.
Yep. Yeah, Dan right here says construction always is in rebuilding mode when there isn't any concrete foundation. Yeah, and that's the thing. There's no foundation for these Jets. There's really not, dude. And that's the scary part. It's like, yeah, we got Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, and Garrett Wilson. Going back to the offseason, with the offensive line, it was if. Now, starting off with Laken Tomlinson, he had a bad year. If Laken Tomlinson can bounce back. Dwayne Brown missed all of training camp. If Dwayne Brown comes back healthy. Mekhi Becton, if Mekhi Becton can stay healthy and play at a high level. Elijah Vera Tucker, if he can come back. He's coming off of a season-ending injury. The centers, if rookie Joe Tippmann can play well, or if veteran Conor McGovern, I have a Conor McGregor poster. Conor McGovern can stay healthy. It's like there's all these, Conor. that's crazy. I guess funny. With him too, though. I mean, he's coming off of an injury as well. But yeah, that's the thing, man. Like the offensive line was if. Nothing was certain about it. Now everyone's saying this isn't their first year playing together. So if they can gel, like this isn't. It shouldn't have been one of the worst offensive lines in football. And was Zach Wilson perfect by any chance? No, absolutely not. But looking back, dude, he didn't have a lot of time to throw the ball either. And I'm certain that if Aaron Rodgers didn't get injured when he did, he would have been injured by now anyway, man. Like that's the biggest thing. You have to find a way to fix this offensive line. And I'm not talking about draft. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers also wants a bunch of rookies blocking him either.
Yeah.
I'm down for one or two.
Yeah.
This is going to sound crazy. And I understand we don't have the greatest cap flexibility. I think we're at like 15 million right now or so.
Even less than that, I feel like.
I think you got to go out and you got to pay the Jets tax. The Jets tax is back because what is the selling point? Now, seriously.
That's funny.
You're looking at the Chiefs doing so much with less. Yeah. Would you rather go play for the Kansas City Chiefs that need a lot of help, where Mahomes just becomes Mahomes at the playoffs and gets better in the playoffs and elevates players around him? Or do you want to come to the New York Jets where you have the dead last ranked offense, quarterback 41 years old? Now, granted, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Like, you don't know what he is. He's coming off of an injury. There's a lot of hostility, finger pointing on the sideline. Like where do you want to go play? So I think that you might have to pay the Jets tax, and I'm down to do it. If you're going to sell your soul 100%, because if it fails, none of these guys are going to be here, and we're going to be still in the same boat. We're still going to be wearing our ugly green and white, and we're going to be representing. So I'm in the boat, blow it all up, overspend, bring in guys, have those bad contracts, but hopefully you get some decent play from these guys. You just need 3 seconds, 4, 5 seconds to block, and Aaron Rodgers can make a play. So that's the way I feel about it. I don't know if you agree with that, but I'm not opposed to overpaying for somebody that's a decent. I don't have one specific player in mind. I don't really want Bakhtiari, although he would fit right in with the Jets because he's injured every year. So there's that. But
no, that's the thing. That was just a bad surgery. I think he's going to be fine. I really do think that was a bad surgery. I think if you come in here, he would take a discount. I really do think so. As far as overpaying for people, just make smart decisions on what you need. If you're going to overpay someone, I mean, I kind of get it, but you can't damage the foundation of what you have with the defense in special teams. Just make the fans happy and get what you need to get, because you're not going to, this is you have a 1 to 2 year window to win the Super Bowl now. It used to be a 3 year window. just be smart. Be smart. Be smart. Like here we go. If you're in the draft and you're seeing the Jets pick at number 10, I will lose my shit if we got a defensive guy.
Yeah.
Don't do dumb shit like that. Don't do dumb shit like that. Like, get a backup quarterback. Get 2 wide receivers. Construct the whole offensive line. Just do shit like that.
You have to.
I
You have to
am
at this point.
I will gladly overpay for a backup quarterback. Gladly.
Yeah. Do you have anybody specific in mind?
I mean, I wouldn't mind Jacoby, and I wouldn't mind Minshew, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really do think we might get one in the draft. I would love to get JJ McCarthy from Michigan. I think he'll be there at 2nd or 3rd, but it's you got to. And I wouldn't even mind paying for overpay for a wide receiver too. Like, I love Pittman. I would love Pittman in here. I would love to get Higgins in here, but I think they're going to attack Higgins, and I wouldn't mind even getting Ridley. But I know people want Adams, right? But I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's too much loves to rebuild what's happening with the Raiders. So,
yeah.
And
I'm not.
Would
saying,
you want
I'm not
OBJ,
saying,
Liam? Would you want OBJ
for the right price?
right price?
For the right price. Some people say I'm crazy. Like, I'm not going to overpay for OBJ, but is he better than Lazard? Is he better than Cobb? Yeah. I mean, like, in a perfect offseason to draft a quarterback in the 3rd or trade for Justin Fields to sit behind Aaron Rodgers. I'm not opposed to drafting a quarterback. I just feel like there's bigger needs. Like, I don't want to waste. Like, if we could just go get a veteran backup, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Obviously, you're gonna need one more. I mean, maybe you could bring Simeon or Rippon back. Just somebody that should never see the field. But I just feel like, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like there's just so many holes on this team. Like you said, we need another wide receiver. You need offense. Like, I'm willing to stockpile offensive line because I don't think Carter Warren's ever going to be anything. Now, that's my bigger thing. Somebody can come back at me.
I think he could. I think he's got potential. I really do think Carter Warren's got potential. But you know what I would do? That you guys can rip me. I don't care in the chat. Leave me, rip me. You know what I would go in all for? Wide receiver wise?
Who?
Brandon Ayuk.
Okay. No, I'm not opposed to that.
Brandon Ayuk, they gotta pay some big guys. I think Brandon Ayuk might be that fallback guy who they don't pay and let him test free agency. I would give the bag to Brandon Ayuk. He doesn't get talked about enough what he's done with the 49ers. It's always about McCaffrey, Kittle, or Debo. Brandon Ayuk has been one of the most consistent wide receivers on the team. Playmakers, consistent reps, great teammate. I mean, I love him. I love him to death. And him being with the Jets is perfect because then you can make Garrett Wilson into kind of like a Debo. Him kind of like his own world of can be great. And you got Ayuk as like a number 2. Shoot, Ayuk could be number 1. He could be a number 1 if he wants to.
Yeah.
I would love Brandon Ayuk. I've been saying this for 2 months. No, a year. I really want Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, you're not wrong with that. And then Dan says this is an offseason where Joe Douglas needs to own up on his BS moves he's made. Don't re-sign Becton, release Lazard, trade Zach for a pack of cow fertilizer. Yeah, no, like I don't think Becton's coming back.
I don't think so either.
Almo comes saying, Dan, cow fertilizer is worth more than Zach Wilson. Don't disrespect.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got 3 people.
Yeah, no, that was no like weird hot take. I mean, like, I'm all in for him too. Yeah, if you could get Brandon Ayuk, like, that's not crazy in my book.
I would get his jersey. I'm serious. I think I don't want to get anybody's jersey anymore. The latest I've gotten is Rodgers, Quinnen Williams, and Gardner 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But man, if Brandon Ayuk comes to the Jets,
it depends on the cow.
I might have to do that. I might have to do that.
Yeah, I would 100% do that in a heartbeat. So that's one way to do it. What do you think Zach's trade value is? Like how are you getting rid of Zach Wilson?
Probably like between 4th and 6th round pick. Honestly, I don't think he's worth a 2nd and 3rd. but I would say maybe between 4 and 6. If you cut him, you lose 11 million. If you trade him, you lose like what, 5.6 or something like that.
Something like
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
I really do think that's what you're going to get. So, yeah, I
Okay.
really do think
Yeah.
that between 4 and 6, you're not going to get a 7, but I think between 4 and 6,
Yeah.
that's good. Oh, Armand. The order for overpaying going all four is Ridley, Higgins, Ayuk, and Pittman. I like that list, but for me it would be Ayuk, then it would be Higgins, and Ridley, then Pittman. Because
Yeah, I
I've
agree
been
with
a huge Ayuk fan for a long time.
Zach
So
has no value.
I don't know. I mean, listen, Cowboys traded for Trey Lance for cheap, so no, Wilson will Wilson will be traded. I really do
Yeah.
think so.
There's somebody out there that feels like they could fix him. Dan says the team
Yeah,
cannot have Zach lingering in the locker room. There's definitely somebody out there that thinks that they could fix
yeah,
him. And like I said, I don't think that we're going to be getting much for him, honestly. But
yeah.
the other thing, like, I don't think he wants to be here either. And
No,
Gino,
he
did I
doesn't.
not
He
say it
doesn't. He
when he
doesn't.
got when he got injured during the Miami Dolphins game? I said the kid's not taking another snap. I said it,
Yeah,
and that was to protect his trade value. And what they're going to say is, oh, the offensive line was bad. They're going to come up with a bunch of excuses to make Zach sound like he's like this all-star quarterback. Which,
yeah.
whatever. I mean, like, if it helps, it helps. I just personally don't see it happening. Abby thinks that Zach can go for a sixth. But getting back into the offensive line real quick, do you think Mekhi Becton comes back? What do you think is going to happen with this offensive line? Do you think there's going to be a lot of moves? Um, what do you think about that?
I mean, they better.
Do you think Becton's coming back?
No, but no, I don't think he's coming back. I think that I mean, there's been even with the head guys up there. I think it's even. I think he's done. I think and he hasn't said anything, but I could tell that relationship has kind of been damaged. I just don't think he's. I don't think Rodgers can even save him. I think Zach
Okay.
Wilson is done. I think Zach Wilson's done. The only guys that I could see like coming back for sure is like a Wes Schneitzer, Carter Warren, Mitchell, Titman. I can even see Lakin coming back. Um, that's the thing about the offensive line is you're gonna have to replace guys big time if you get rid of Lakin or if you get rid of someone else on this O line. Because Brown's gonna retire. I think Becton is gonna go somewhere else. You really got to be careful. You know what I mean? You got to make some moves, man. You got to make
Yeah.
some moves. I mean, if Vera Tucker's coming back, but he's 2-year injury is crazy. So, and they're going to put him at one position this time. Thank you, Lord. We've only been saying that for what, 2 years? But uh there's a lot of potential, but we need to make some moves big time.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of work. I don't know if it was just us overvaluing our players like we typically do.
Yeah.
There's a difference between NFL good and like Jets legends, but this team needs a lot of work, man. It's going to be a crazy offseason. Free agency and the draft cannot get here fast enough, man, in my opinion. We have a lot of work to do on this team. This coaching staff is really more than suspect at this point. And I don't know about you, man. Like, this is the first time, like, I don't see myself getting excited for like next season. Like, I'm just gonna go into it. I don't know if I'll be going to any games. I noticed since I stopped going to games, the ticket reps have stopped calling me. I think they kind of got the message. But I don't know anymore, man. Like, I love being a Jet fan. I love all this. But seeing the Browns in the playoffs, seeing the Jaguars have a great season, seeing the Lions win a playoff game, like it's hurtful, man. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, agreed. Yeah, so let's go to Armin's real quick. Go to Armin. Does AVT? Where does AVT play? I think they're going to get a couple guards, so I think he's going to play tackle. I really do think he's going to play tackle. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. He's proven that he can play tackle,
Yeah,
and he's not bad. It's also harder to find a tackle than it is a couple guards. I mean, tackle is a lot more demanding
I agree.
than a guard position. So, I
Yeah,
mean, even if he does go to like, as long as like we get one of those positions solidified, I'm not going to complain really. So,
Yeah.
but I would prefer it to be tackle if that's what he wants. But like you said, like now he does have the injury concern. So 2 years back to back. But
And then Dan's, how can the Jets let Huff go, place the franchise tag, and have some psycho team offer first round for him or some sort of comp for him? I mean, they're either going to trade JFM or we're going to tag and trade Huff. I think we're gonna try and reconstruct JFM and then trade Huff. I think Huff's asking for over 20 million. I can't really see Huff getting that kind of
no.
money from us. Maybe 14, 15 million at the most, maybe 17 at the most. But overall, I seriously think that he will be traded, and I think we will get something for him. I think I don't know what we're gonna get for him, but some team will give us some kind of. I think it's gonna be decent at least. I don't think it's gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be decent because Huff's value has gone up so much in the last couple of years. So how much work they put into him too, like
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
this is another good point, though. It won't change until Salah is gone. We have no head coach whatsoever. We have a ball cheerleader that does Jersey Shore fist pump whenever Brees runs for 5 to 7 yards. It's true though.
yeah.
Like the coaching staff is really suspect, and I think that they have way too much power. I really do. This is I like see like why. Like, are we actually committed to Salah? If Mike Tomlin shakes free, Vrabel's out there. If these coaches shake free, are we not gonna do it?
Uh
I would take Tomlin in a heartbeat, dude. The only thing I give Salah is the players play hard for him, but that's also an indictment because they don't show up for big games. That's the biggest. I mean, anybody could like it's pretty much preseason games.
I don't want a
You
defensive
gotta
mind
show.
coach anymore though, bro. I want an offensive mind now. Like keep Olbrook. You know what I mean? I know Salah is a big part of that defense. I totally get that. But Tomlin Tomlin's a legendary coach, and he's got a great track record. What he's done with the Steelers in that defense, even produced some great offensive wide receivers and running backs. But I mean, do you think he would? Do you think if we traded because don't we? I think he would retire. Then we have to give the Steelers a pick for Tomlin, right? I'm
I
pretty
believe so.
sure.
Yeah, I
So
believe so.
that would suck. But what? But yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
There's also a part of me that wouldn't mind McCarthy, but with him and Rodgers and everything, I don't know.
Yeah, but dude, I was talking about this on one of my pods today about McCarthy that bring him in as not a coach, like a head coach,
Player,
like just on the offense.
bring
You know what I mean?
bring him in as a lineman.
No, 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 not as a coach, but sorry, not as a head coach. Damn it,
I know what you
Liam,
I know what you mean. I'm messing
not
with you.
as a head coach, but some part of the offense, some part
Like
of
an assistant coach,
something like that, or like a something to do with the
like a
offensive coach.
specialist.
I don't know, but it's oh man,
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many moves that should be made. Woody has to Woody has to look inward.
yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're all looking inward. I think that they like what they see on the inside, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like yeah. Abby says I'd like Vrabel. Yeah, I would
Hey,
too.
why not?
I mean, the thing is, like, besides like Adam Gase, like it really can't get worse. You know, it really
And
can't get
even
worse.
even Adam Gase was better right now.
Yeah, no, he was, dude. He was.
So
Like they
bad.
just didn't have a. That was just the expansion team. They didn't have a whole lot of playmakers. If you gave Adam Gase
Facts, facts,
some
facts.
playmakers, I don't know. I don't know, man. But I agree with Italy. Give me an offensive minded coach. Well, we had an offensive guru. We saw how that worked out. I'm a better. Armin thinks that he can coach, and he's less fat. Okay,
Oh, okay. I like
cool.
that. I like the confidence. I like the
It's
confidence.
been a lot of time since we've had fit with hair. We have fit with bald, and now
And
we need
and
some hair
beard. And beard.
and beard and beard. So Armin, grow your hair out again. Well, Armin has hair. I know Armin. He has hair.
Yeah.
So as long as Armin doesn't shave his head, I mean, I don't think that he could do worse either. So
Yeah. I agree with that.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well,
Any final thoughts for you, brother?
I think that I mean we're in for a long off season. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to get excited about it. I really like what Aaron Rodgers said. The fact that you got to take the emotion out of it. Now, are we all
Yeah.
gonna be excited come week 1? Yeah. Am I gonna go to the game? I don't know. But it's we're in for it, man. We are 100% in for it, and I just
Yeah.
hope that we find a way. I hope that this coaching staff really does do a lot of looking inward, because that's really all that we could hang our hats on right now, is that everybody's gonna be back, especially as of right now. Go Jets.
I mean, this could blow up in our faces again. And I don't want it to happen like that, but this could potentially do that. This
Yeah,
team
it's walking the
needs to
line.
fix this team needs to fix a lot of shit. For the first time, and I'm 30 in all my life, I've been a Jets fan since I was 9. I started loving sports when I was 9, playing for teams when I was 9, and this is the first time in my life, I'm turning 32 this year, that I was depressed and checked out and so emotionally drained from everything Jets in my entire life. First time. This year, I can't go through that again. But
Yeah.
you gotta come with the it comes with the territory. And I say that, but like what, 2 months? I'm gonna be hyped again. But this took a lot out of me because we
Yeah.
wasted another defense great season and special teams. This drained the crap out of me. This is ass. This is all just ass. And we need, if you don't fix it, we're in for another rebuild. We're in for a lot of other things going to happen with, I'm predicting Garrett Wilson. If things go back to the way they did, Garrett Wilson, I think, is going to be gone in 2025. And I think he might request a trade later this year. I really do think that might happen. It sucks, but I hope we can bounce back. I hope we can get things right on the right track. And I hope that we can have a fun year. I don't want to go to another home game. I say that
Yeah.
now though. I say that now though. But
That's the thing. We're
yeah.
we're gonna be excited, but see, like
Yeah.
the difference with the 2020 season is there was like we knew that everyone was getting fired. We knew that we were getting like a good head coach, second overall draft pick, so we are gonna be getting a quarterback.
Right.
Like there was a
Right.
bright future. Just knowing that we're running all of this back again, I can't get behind it, man. I can't.
Right.
Like, am I getting like you said, like we're gonna be excited come week 1. Like I'll have my green pom poms and hey, go Jets and everything, and I'm gonna hope for a great season. I think Aaron Rodgers could fix a lot of it, but I don't think he's going to be able to fix everything. He's
Yeah.
not everything. That's the thing.
Right.
He's a really good He's a Hall of Fame quarterback that could see the field
Right.
better than anybody that we had this year. But Garrett Wilson, even his comments were spot on. You look across
Yeah.
the field, every other team makes their offense look easy. They make everything look easy. We don't.
Yeah.
That's alarming. That's really freaking alarming, dude.
And not only that, it's been taking us over a decade to rebuild.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ugh.
We're not even rebuilding the right way. And I really thought that 2020 was the real rebuild where you fire everybody and knock it down to the studs. But what we did is we fired everybody, we knocked it down to the studs, and then we just kind of took the pieces we knocked down, not specific players, but we've kind of put them back up in different spots, and it's kind of falling down again. The New York Jets, baby, come get some.
What would you do in the draft? Who would you pick at 10? Or would you trade down?
Definitely, I wouldn't trade down.
Really?
Definitely an offensive lineman. I wouldn't
Okay,
trade
well,
down. I would trade up and get a second round draft pick.
okay.
Uh, I don't know. I have a bunch of players saved in my phone. I gotta look at. I don't even know who would I want at 10. I haven't even see the thing is like I'm so checked out. I haven't even really started my draft mind yet. Like I got
Yeah.
some players in mind for I got some of like the good ones. I got the quarterbacks in mind, but I would definitely go offensive lineman unless Marvin Harrison Jr. is there, which I don't think he's going to be there. But if for whatever reason he's there, I'm absolutely taking him, and then we're worrying about the offensive line. But I got to get into draft mode, man. It's coming to
Yeah.
that time. I got to get into free agency. Who's going to be available? Let me ask you. So I'll ask you the same question. What are you doing at 10?
Get an line or wide receiver, and if none of them are the ones that you want, then I would trade down. Definitely trade down.
Trade
If you
back, you
go
mean? Like trade?
trade back, sorry. Yeah, trade back. I
Okay.
would
No,
trade
yes.
back.
Okay.
Trade back. I always say trade down. I don't know what it is. So trade back if you don't get your guy. Just don't get a defensive guy. Please don't get a defensive guy. Please. Everything in me.
I don't
Um,
think he can.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
I,
Walt will be
I
there
I don't
for him
think I
either.
don't think Alt will be there though. I think he's going top 6.
Yep.
But yeah, I think it's a good way to do it though. Oh,
All right. Well, the draft is certainly going to be interesting. Maybe we'll do like a little draft party or something. This way we could
yeah.
either all cheer together or cry together if it's a defensive player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Bowers is
Bowers,
going to be the pick today.
tight end. I think he'll be top
Yeah,
7, top
you can't go
7,
tight end. You can't go
top
tight end in the
8.
first round of the Jets.
Maybe he might drop down. Who knows? Who knows? It's great tight end, but we'll see what happens though. But so I guess I'll start talking about the future. Man, so it's been a crazy year for me and my family. It's been a crazy year for me and Liam and everything going into 2024. Um Everything NYJ will be rebranded. I don't know what's going to happen with all of that with Liam, but he is going to rebrand, and I am leaving the show. I am with a lot of stuff, personal stuff going on, and just got a lot of stuff going on with content that I've been working on for a long time, and everything that's been going on. I it sucks, but yeah, that's what's going on. Me and Liam are still best friends. Me and Liam have been best
Yeah.
friends for a long time. That's never going to change. But because of everything going on, I am leaving. I am leaving the show. But I wish Liam, man, I love you, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
you gave me a chance. I mean, great duo with everything. I mean, we
Yeah.
worked really hard and at
Mhm.
the end, even though we couldn't accomplish what we accomplished on this, but I think the goals have always been there for us on what we want, our personal lives and content in general. But overall, I love you, man. I will never
Yeah,
stop loving
me too,
you.
man.
But there is no beef. Okay, there is no beef. Just get that
No.
straight out right now. There's never been beef. We're fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm really happy for you. You know, it sucks losing you, but if a lot of you guys knew the amount of work that we had to put in for this, it's been crazy. And Italy, I mean, you came in raw, and just watching you grow as a content creator has been awesome. And just watching you on all these different shows is cool. And like you said, like you're not leaving. Like there's no problems between me and him. Like we're still all cool. But he's on a bunch of different shows, and like some of that just takes more. That's more of a career for him. Where with me, like if the money comes, it comes, cool. But like it's just a lot of different things. So yeah, there will be no 8 month hiatus. But
That's hilarious.
yeah, yeah, no, this is not going to be like NYJF. But it has been a pleasure. So the thing is, Abby, we're still gonna like I'm still gonna be here.
Yeah.
I am changing the name. I'm not gonna reveal all of this yet, but there is a new co-host coming in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on this channel, but it just doesn't feel right doing everything NYJ without Italy Jet, and we're gonna take it somewhat in a different direction, but not quite. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm keeping the Twitter and everything, so there will be announcements made on there. But Italy, it has been a pleasure working with you. Who
Yeah,
knows?
man.
You might even pop in every once in a while if you're free, and
Definitely.
if you got nothing going on, there's always an open invite. It's been a pleasure, man. So I really enjoy doing this with you. And to the rest of the chat here, I will be back. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna do a couple videos just like on my own for a little while. I do have a co-host coming in. We're just working out some kinks, getting everything set up. So there's gonna be a new setup coming. I got some
Right.
new software. Elmo's gonna like
Oh,
this. I'm
look at
finally
you.
fixing the lighting.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a lot, but I want to thank everybody in the chat for just everything. You know, it's been a real ride, a real awesome ride. Italy Jets put me onto some awesome people, and it's been cool, man. It's been a
Yeah.
real pleasure.
Yeah, you too, man. And just everyone in the chat, Elmo, Abby, Armand, Dan, you know, let's see, Dan, Elmo,
Maybe.
Armand, and then Abby. There's one person, Dave the dude, you know, and then Vinny. Appreciate everyone in the chat. Appreciate going all of our
Matthias.
yeah, Matthias, all of our journeys, my Jets of all time. But
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate everyone. I mean, keep following both of our journeys. I'm still going to be on some shows. I know, um, um, Liam's going to do a bunch of shows too. And oh,
Yep.
this is funny, Elmo. Thank you, Liam. Can't wait to
What
terrorize your new co-host.
he has, that's the whole thing. Elmo, I'll leave a little hint. You have terrorized my new co-host in the past. So
Yeah, that's funny.
we'll leave it there.
Oh, little teaser there.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give it away, but there will be hints.
Yeah, thank
But
you for sure, Dave the dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone. I mean, like I said, I keep telling Liam, you know, I'm still gonna be at his wedding when he gets married one of these days. So it's
yeah,
there's no blood. There's no blood. Is
I
it
don't know,
someone I'm
Armin.
close with? I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it is. I don't know who
But
you're close with.
yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Me and him went to Hofstra together, so maybe there's that.
All right, but yes, for the final time, everything NYJ, Liam, and Italy Jet. Have a good one, everyone. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the NFL offseason as much as you can. NFL playoffs as well. And I love you guys. Liam, I love you, my man. Take it
Love you
easy.
too, brother.
Go
Take
Jets.
care.